The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, O Lord.
As Jesus was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a sizable crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind man, the son of Timaeus, sat by the roadside begging. On hearing that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he kept calling out all the more, "Son of David, have pity on me." Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take courage, get up, Jesus is calling you." He threw aside his cloak, sprang up, and came to Jesus. Jesus said to him in reply, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man replied to him, "Master, I want to see." Jesus told him, "Go your way, your faith has saved you." Immediately he received his sight and followed him on the way. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's fun to get back into these just kind of ordinary business of Jesus, healing people and stuff. We've just kind of been focused on his resurrection and things like that. So it's just neat to get back into some of the miracles here. And here we have that common one of Bartimaeus, the healing of the blind man. And I mean, there's a lot here, but the one thing that kind of sticks out to me is, all right, so finally Jesus calls him. Hey, call him. So he comes to him. And Jesus says, "What do you want me to do for you?" You know? And I mean, I'm sure Jesus knew. I'm sure it was obvious. The guy's blind. But yet he asks him, "What do you want?" And I just think that's crucial, because you think of all, especially leading up to, Pentecost, where we've been the last couple of weeks, we hear Jesus saying, "Whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you." Whatever you ask of him, you got to ask to know what, we got to know what we want. We got to ask of it for the Father to give it. And you kind of see this process even in this scene. I mean, first he's sitting there begging, and then, hey, it's Jesus. And he says, "Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me." Son of David, have pity on me. So it's kind of just broad. Have mercy on me, a sinner, Okay, neat. And then he comes to Jesus closer, and Jesus says, "What do you want? What do you want me to do for you?" And then the blind man, he nails it. He says, "I want to see. I want to see." And Jesus answers his prayer. Bam. Restore your faith has restored your sight. Go on your way. And it's beautiful, but there's a lot there, really. So maybe for us, if, we got a lot, Jesus, whatever, we got a lot. And there's some serious needs, that we have, to name them and to ask for them. God's our Father. He wants to give his children what they want. And he is the perfect Father, knows what they need as well. But when we name what we want, then it opens our heart to receive that gift. St. Augustine would say that same thing. God gives us desires to prepare our hearts to receive the gift. So we want to be in tune with our heart's desires, our needs for sure, but also our desires. What do we want? What's on our heart? What do we need? What do we want? We don't want to just be broad. Okay, cool. I mean, that's good. But the more we narrow it down, Lord, I need this. I want this. The more it opens our hearts to receive the gift. So, and God, as our all-loving, all-knowing Father, knows exactly what we need. So even if it isn't exactly the new pickup that I want, he still knows exactly what I need, right? So he fulfills that desire, but we got to name it. So that's kind of the lesson here, what Bartimaeus teaches us. Yeah, when we want to be broad, I mean, it's good. But the more we can narrow it down to what do I want, the more God can answer our prayers, exactly what we need.